Donald Trump decided yesterday to have a weird propaganda influencer meeting about Antifa, a group that, I'll just again put it out there, isn't an actual group. It's not actually an organization. It's not funded by anyone, let alone billionaires, but we're just gonna continue to pretend that it is, because that smooths the way towards America being utterly destroyed, annihilated, occupied by our military, particularly in time for the midterm elections. So ahead of this meeting that he had, Donald Trump posted this: Portland, fake news ignores Antifa violence. Residents pleas for help. No, we have not ignored the pleas for help from the Portland residents. They have been pleading for ICE to back off and the military to not invade them. I feel like you're the one ignoring that. The Antifa violence, you guys have temporarily lied about some, implying that, I don't know, migrants had hit your cars or something, and then it feels like it always turns out that it was in fact your forces that did that. And I live in LA, I've already experienced this. You take a situation where the only conflict was between aggrieved residents and ICE, and then you decide to pour fuel on the fire by sending in the troops. We're seeing the exact same pattern happen in Portland. We're seeing it in Chicago as well. But he goes on in his statement, for years, an Antifa-led hellfire has turned Portland into a wasteland of firebombs, beatings, and brazen attacks on federal officers and property. Yet the fake news remains in shameful denial about the radical left's reign of terror. None of that is a thing. Look, maybe it's, I don't know, fan fiction written by Jesse Waters or something. You could publish anything on Amazon these days if you want, but that's not actually a thing that happened. But again, because he needs you to believe it so that you will surrender your rights and you'll accept not only physical but economic degradation at the hands of this regime, they all have to get in on it. So here is Kristi Noem playing along with Trump's little game.
One of the individuals we arrested recently in Portland was the girlfriend of one of the founders of Antifa, and that we are hoping that as we go after her, interview her, and prosecute her, we will get more and more information about the network and how we can root them out and eliminate them from the existence of American society.
What in the hell are you talking about? Can Botox actually rot your brain? I often point out that Trump acts like a little baby boy, and I think that I might be a little bit misandrist in doing that, because I identify when the men in the Trump administration are acting like goddamn children. I really need to be more fair about that. Kristi Noem, are you a goddamn child? Did you just say that you arrested the girlfriend of the founder of Antifa? The founder? It's not Colonel Sanders, it's not Stan Lee. There's no founder because there's no organization. You arrested a woman. That's what you did. That is the truth behind what you said. It has no founder because it's not a thing. Being opposed to fascism is just like, well, I would say it should be the status quo for everybody. Your expectation should be that you are against fascism. But it's just a thing that many different groups feel. It's not an actual organization. And that was said by an adult drawing a government salary. Right-wing media are going to parrot that. Right-wingers on social media are gonna thumbs up the video of her saying that. And it's all a goddamn fantasy. It is less tethered to reality than my novel about mice and possums going on fantastical adventures. That is at least based on my life experience. This is based on absolutely nothing. So that's her view about Antifa. Here's Donald Trump talking about Antifa.
They have been very threatening to people, but we're going to be very threatening to them, far more threatening to them than they ever were with us. And that includes the people that fund them. Probably some of the people I know, some of the people I dine with. But if they do, they're in deep trouble. So we're going to be looking very strongly at the people that are funding these operations. When you see the signs, and they're all made out of a beautiful paper, beautiful, nice, stiff, very expensive paper with beautiful wood handles, all the same color. They come from very expensive printing machines. These are not people that write out their signs in a basement that believe in something. These are paid anarchists.
That is, look, why am I gonna even say that's the stupidest thing? It's not the stupidest thing I've heard. I've heard so many stupid things recently, but it's stupid. It's baby brained. So they must be being funded because I think that their paper is really fancy. I feel like I'm watching that episode of The Office where all of them have to pitch new paper products. So, okay, here's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a really nice handle. You get the handle. Then you get, expensive paper, printed on an expensive machine, and we market it to Antifa. That's not a thing, man. None of this is a thing. All of AOC recently did a live where she talked about where she always feared that if America did fall to autocracy, it would be because particularly clever and insidious people were to rise to power. And then it turns out, that's not actually how it happens. This is how it happens. There are millions of people that will hear the lies about girlfriends of the founder of Antifa and fancy signs and believe, yep, George Soros is paying Antifa. Yeah, somebody must have bought that chicken costume for that guy. I mean, you can't just go into Party City and get something like that. Clearly, Bezos is behind it. This is all utter nonsense. And they're all in on it. They're all in on it because it justifies what they're gonna do, which is accumulate more power for themselves. And it also provides ratings. Can we jump ahead to graphic 3? This is Jesse Waters with a former Antifa member. Again, you cannot be a former Antifa member because Antifa does not have members. Also, that's just some guy he has on to be a part of whatever group. That same Antifa member was also a Mexican mafia informant. He was probably Tren de Aragua. He was one of the marching Urukai. Yes, I'm making more Lord of the Rings references. He used to be in Slytherin, but now he's seen the error of his ways. That's just a thing. That Jesse Waters gets paid millions of dollars and he is every year, and he is considered a serious political commentator. This is indistinguishable from if I just had Brett, green screen behind him, come in on Zoom and pretend to be a member of the Trump administration. It's the exact same thing. And yet, there's Brett, actually. Brett, could we do this actually? Can you put on a mask and come in as a former member of the Proud Boys or something? Because you can just do that. You can literally just lie and say that your guest did a thing that they didn't. And you could be a news show. That's what I'm now finding out. If you enjoyed that, make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming an actual member. But you're probably wondering, why the hell would I do that, John? First off, calm down. The stakes in this are very, very low. But also, when you click the join button and you become a member, you get access to bonus content that I make every week, and it's a ton of fun. You get access to tons of custom emojis and more besides that. By the way, if you join at tier 3, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself and other awesome people, and we always have a great time. By the way, you'll get all that going forward, but you also unlock years of the back catalog. That is literally 100 or more bonus clips, top 10 lists, debates, and more. What are you waiting for? Click the join button below. Your support powers our show, and we couldn't do it without you. Or at the very least, I wouldn't really want to try. Viewers like you keep me here. So thank you in advance for joining.